Good morning, everyone. It's Laura in North Dakota doing my internship at Indian Health Service at an outpatient mental health agency. I was able to sit in on a session with my field instructor last week, as I do with almost all of her clients too. And it was a new patient for her to see. And right during the first session with this lady, she's about 76 years old. And she told us of her life history. She had a lot of trauma and abuse in her life, early age sexual abuse from her father, um, lots of physical beatings, a lot of mental abuse. And then in her late teens, she was raped and got pregnant because of that rape, and now has, oh gosh, he's got to be probably in his 50s. Her first child was, the product of that rape. And then she ended up marrying a different guy about within a year of that. And she had 3 other children with him. And there was, of course, a lot of physical trauma, lots of beatings from her husband. He would beat the children. She's unsure if he molested her daughters. So it was just a really, really bad situation. And then to kind of top it all off, she had learned that he was planning on killing her. So, come to find out, she learned that he had doubled her life insurance and he had had a new girlfriend that she didn't know about. So, this was kind of a scheme between the both of them. Um, what he did was, they were going out deer hunting. It was hunting season, so they drove out into the middle of nowhere. And his plan was to shoot a deer and then have her go out to check to make sure that it was dead. And while she was on her way out walking to check the deer, he was going to shoot her and make it look like an accident. But the plan kind of got foiled because the rifle ended up going off in the cab of the pickup and it just grazed her leg. And I think it might have hit her foot a little bit, but it didn't give her any real permanent damage, just some scars. And so she had offered, let me go walk to that, farmhouse back there, and he wouldn't let her leave. He didn't quite know what to do since his plan wasn't going to work. And also, come to find out, the pickup that they were in wouldn't start. So he couldn't shoot her and then leave like it was an accident to go find help. So this all went to trial in court, and he was let go. Not enough evidence. He ended up moving in next door to her. They divorced kind of in the same process. He moved in next door to her and just taunted her and over the fence, and was always telling her, I could kill you at any time and make it look like an accident. Just for years, just tormented her. It was kind of one of those stories that you hear on a movie on TV. So we finished up that session, and my instructor and I, it was actually right before lunch, so we were going into the staff room for lunch. And she said that's one of the worst stories she had heard from a client in her almost 30 years doing this job up here. She said that is just amazing, the stuff she survived. So she is truly a survivor. So my question for you guys is, when you have stories like this presented to you, how do you not let that type of information bother you in your outside life from your job? My biggest question is, especially when learning about abuse to children, how do you not let that skew your decision making for your own children? Some of the stuff I know we learn in this job is just horrific, and it almost, has a really big potential of making us be overprotective of our own children. So I'm just curious to see how you guys think about that and what you do to help it make it so it doesn't affect your decision making with your family. Thanks a lot, guys.